Marty, I guess first off, I wanted to ask you, how healthy were you in these playoffs? We saw you block that shot earlier in the playoffs off your foot. It seemed like maybe that slowed you down for a little bit. Were you okay the last round and a half?
Yeah, I was good. I heard you tell Jeff Merrick that I wasn't good though, so we could talk about that. No, I was obviously everybody's playing with stuff, so you got bruises and nicks, but I was good.
For either of you guys, how difficult is it year in, year out for these kind of exit interviews come around? You know, you have the group that you're so confident in, and then it comes to this, and the hump is still there, and you guys haven't quite been able to get over just that little extra bit.
I think it's frustrating. I mean, we have all the pieces in the room, and these meetings at the end are never fun. It's always a bummer to go through them if you're not going out on top. And so, especially with the last series, the way it went, I think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot the first 3 games. And once you go down 3-0 to a team like that, you dug yourself a pretty deep hole that's hard to climb out of. And so I wish we gave ourselves a chance from the beginning. But I don't think we did with the way we played the first 3 games. And so that's something I think we look back on as a group and wish it was different.
Yeah, Jacob, went back and looked at when you were a rookie. I think the team had been out of the playoffs for 7 straight years. Can you just,
9.
No, when you were a rookie.
Oh,
I think it
yeah,
seven,
when I was a rookie, okay, yeah,
years.
7, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, do you think people appreciate all that's been done in the time since then, since you started going to the playoffs and building this team, building the franchise?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I know I appreciate it. I know the work that's been done to turn this organization around, and Roddy's right there at the helm of that. And so he's been tremendous for this organization and turning it around. But yeah, I mean, you look at what I guess has been accomplished over the past 7 years that we have made playoffs consecutively. But I think at the same time that just raises a standard for how we want to be as a team and where we want to be as an organization. And so anything short of winning is going to feel like a little bit of a defeat. And so I think the standards there as a team, as an organization, that we want to be on top.
Marty, I think I didn't look at this, so forgive me if I'm wrong. I think this was your most points in a season, 36, I want to say. Did this feel like your best year in some ways? I don't know quite how you measure. We all have observationally know what to expect of your game. Did this feel like maybe your best year?
Yeah. I think every year you're trying to get better. I think looking over the last maybe 3-4 years, I've felt like I've been, obviously the older you get, usually it goes the other way, but I feel like I'm kind of maybe found a little Benjamin Button type thing, and getting better as I get older. So hopefully that continues. But yeah, I don't know if the best season, but obviously points wise it was, but yeah, just trying to get better. And you really, once you're sitting here after you lost, you don't really think about personal stuff too much. I don't know, sorry.
Marty, Rod said after Game 5 that he maybe didn't think this was a playoff team just looking at the roster with all the guys that left. Did this season surprise you at all with the way you guys came together, given everything you lost?
No, I think I have to say yes, just because knowing we lost some pretty core pieces, some guys that have been here for a long time and were unbelievable players for us, and obviously you're trying to replace them with other guys, and maybe some people that we didn't know much about at the time. But then to see the way we started this season, we went on that big run to start the season. You grow a bond when you start winning, and you start off that way. And I felt like it was just such a great group of guys that really just gelled together. And maybe we weren't supposed to be as good as we ended up being, but I think it just shows how much work went into it and how much people really cared about this team.
sorry, let me just follow up to that. Obviously, you were aware what last offseason was going to be like. You look at the potential of this offseason, and you guys know how the salary cap works and all that. Do you see the opportunity for this team to really take a huge step forward as well?
That's probably a question for somebody a little higher up than us, but obviously as players, you want to have the best team that you can. So if that means they go out and get somebody in free agency or however that may be, and it improves our team, then we're going to sit here in September and be excited about it. So you want to play with good players, and you want to give yourselves the best chance to win, and I firmly believe they're going to do everything they can to do that.
Jacob, you've had a rotating cast of partners throughout your career. Burns now 40, end of his contract. We don't know maybe what the future holds for him, but what have you enjoyed most about him as a person, as a player, being alongside him for so many years?
Yeah, I think Marty and I can both sit up here and say that he's one of a kind. Off the ice, he's just a joy to be around. Honestly, I think that's the word that would come to mind. Is like any day, that guy's gonna bring a smile to your face with how he carries himself, how he treats everybody. His love for the game is, I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. His dedication and just how serious he takes the game. It's incredible to see. I mean, I don't think you're 40 years old and still playing in the league at that level for without the work that he's put in and continues to put in. And so being able to witness that for 3 years has been awesome. And just being able to learn from him, from the way he approaches it, has been awesome as well. And then obviously on the ice, he's just a steady force back there. And when he has the puck, it's going towards the net. And so it's fun to play with him. He's always talking on the ice, always wanting to get better. Even at his age, he's still just always trying to find ways to get better. And so just being able to take those little things and learn from him in that way is huge. But so I don't know. He's been a really fun D partner to have the past few years, and hopefully we'll see what the future holds for him.
Jacob, you're used to relatively short postseasons. However, this year you had the Four Nations games you had to squeeze in. Also, thinking ahead, you're going to have even maybe more games in the middle of the year with the Olympics to consider. Do you have to prepare any differently, given that, there's the possibility of adding, however many games that could be, 6, 7, 8 games, and then, also thinking about the postseason and all that?
Yeah, I don't know if I've given it much thought. I guess just take the rest now when I can, and just regroup, build your muscle back, build everything back that you lost throughout the season. But yeah, just for right now, it's rest, and then moving forward, we'll see what happens.
And Marty, there's a lot of young pieces on this team. Guys, maybe we've seen a couple years, but still relatively young. Sebastian, Jarvis, Svetch. What have you most enjoyed about seeing the growth of those younger guys this season?
You saying Jarvis young? Well, the last week, all I've been
40
hearing
or
is
he's old,
40
he's
years
old.
old. But yeah, obviously those guys are the kind of the driving force of this team. And you look at, obviously I've been lucky enough to play with Fishy my whole time here, and to see him, I feel like you see him grow as a player, but he's been like that ever since I got here. So he leads us in the way he plays, and obviously Jarvis just takes steps every year. Svetch I felt like this was a big playoffs for him to kind of get his confidence back. He was like being able to score. It definitely, you can see it in his play. It changes him when he's scoring. And then obviously bringing it, like Stanks is going to be a heck of a player. Be watching him, and there's a lot of young pieces here that have set this organization up for success for a long time.
One of the big questions that's come out of the series has been sort of nationally whether this style can win a Stanley Cup. You guys have played in it for a while. Any thoughts about whether this style, Rod style, has a ceiling, or you guys can win a cup playing this style?
I think everybody talks about it as our style. It's our style. You look at the way Florida plays, like we play very similar to them. So if they can win playing that way, then I think we can win playing that way. So if you go back and watch those games, the whole point of their play is to get the puck out of their end, get it into your end, forecheck you, and hopefully turn it over. It's basically every team in the league is probably trying to do the same thing. So if it's our style and they want to call it our style, sure, great, because you can win with it because most teams are doing it. Sorry, I get
I
a little rattled.
say the same exact thing. You don't see them turning the puck over in the neutral zone. You don't see them trying to make plays through the neutral zone or at the blue lines. Everything is out and everything's in, and that's exactly what we try to emphasize as well.
Last question, back left.
Jordan, you play against the defending Stanley Cup champs. I feel like maybe that could create some clarity of what you guys might be missing. Do you feel like when going up against them, coming up short twice now, do you feel like, hey, do you have an idea of, hey, if we're missing this, we can take that next step?
Yeah, obviously you should obviously look back at the whole series and the games, and you're trying to think, okay, what could have we done differently here? What could have we done differently here? But when you lose, we lost 2 of our top 6D, which obviously that hurts. Chatty and Walks are great players, and those are huge holes to fill. And when you're relatively healthy all season and you don't have to really see what it's like without guys, then you really notice it when you're in Eastern Conference Final. But yeah, it's still pretty raw, and wanna give you a better answer, but it's probably gotta go back and watch these games and see what we could have done differently and stuff like that. Sorry. Good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.